Hey everyone, this is Dan and welcome back. We are continuing our inverse function series. This is the second question that we have for exponential functions. So let's get straight into it, will we? So first thing we have to do is write this out as y equals 1/2 to the x. Now that we have this, we want to swap our x and our y. So we have x equals 1/2 y. Now we take the log of both sides. So we have log of x equals log of 1/2 to the y. And remember, when you do this, you can take that y and bring it out to the front. So you have log x equals y log of 1/2. And now we can treat that as a coefficient and divide both sides by it. And so you get y equals log x over log half. But remember, one of our properties when you do this, this means that you'll have y equals log base half of x. And so to write this in function notation, we'd say the inverse function of this is equal to log base half of x. So now how do we go about graphing something like this? Well, first thing we want to do is write down what our original function was 1/2 to the x. So how do we graph this one? This one's going to be a lot easier, to be honest. So 1/2 x. So when x is 0, this is 1. And when x is 2, this is actually going to be really low. It's going to be around 1/4. So probably around here-ish. And so when x is -1, this is actually going to be 2. So now we can create this nice easy graph along here that looks kind of like that. And so we can see that our domain is going to be the set of all real numbers. Our range is going to be greater than, or y is greater than 0. And we can see that we have an asymptote along the x-axis. So now all of this information is going to help us graph our inverse function, which was log base half of x. So we know that the domain and the ranges switch. So the range of y is greater than 0 becomes our domain of x is greater than 0. And our domain of all real numbers becomes our range of all real numbers. And then our asymptote is also going to switch. So here we'd have it as the y-axis. And one more important point is that we will have this reflected about that y equals x line. So for log base half of x, we're going to kind of use the same things that we did over here. So when y is 0, we're going to be at 1 over there. And when y is -1, we're going to be at 2. And when y is at 2, we're going to be about 1/4. So we're going to be right there. Okay? So now we can draw this nice and easy graph. Just like that. And so this would be how you can graph something that you thought could be extremely hard to graph before, but using all this information, you can find that it's actually kind of easy. Now, they probably should have intersected a little bit further up over there, but again, drawing this by hand, so give me a little break. So in any case, I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you learned something, and I will catch you in the next one, which will finish up this whole inverse function series.